Hello guys, today I want to show you the new Think tool and why I think it is a real game changer to the AI agents industry, what it does and everything that you need to know. Now first I want to show you a real simple workflow. There is a email agent. It is super simple, it just sends emails or labels them, etc. It is a few tools here. Now the best way to use the Think tool is when an AI agent comes up with some sort of a issue. So let's try that out. Let's give first sentence a super simple, so we'll see if it is working. So send over an email to email.com, then create a draft about AI revolution and send it over to John. Okay, so obviously John, we don't have no contact list here, so John is not enough to send over an email. So let's try this out and we will see how the Think tool basically decides what to do. So the email is sent, then it came up with a problem, so we used the Think tool to decide what to do. The email to Timo Antos was sent successfully, however I couldn't create the draft for John because the user's request did not include John's full email address. I need to follow up and ask for John's email address to completely draft the creation. And this is what will basically come up to us. I have sent an email. However, I was unable to create the draft by evaluation for John because I do not have John's full email address. Could you please provide John's complete email address, etc. Okay, now that you at least a bit understand, let's go over to the My Robot and I will show you what I mean in more exact stuff. So let's say you have a AI agent, some here, agent, probably some sort of a trigger here. Let's do the chat trigger. Yes, that is the chat trigger. Then you most likely have some sort of tools here. So this is a model. Then you have some tools right here. Let's say you have email tool. Then you have tabili for internet connection. And then you have calculator for, I don't know, calculations. Now let's do the model 4.1. And now it's another tool, which will be the Think tool. So Think tool. What this basically does is it adds to the AI agent a mind on its own. I would like to draw here a little brain, but I don't think it will work out for me because I don't know how to draw. Yeah, I was right. So let's just put here mind. So we basically make a AI agent be able to come or access its own mind, which is super powerful when it comes with some issues or for some more complex tool actions. So for example, you get a request to AI agents, it should create an email, send it over, search tabili and then calculate how much, I don't know what. So it goes to the email or goes to the tabili, this one works, then goes to the calculator. It calculates this stuff, but then when it comes to email, it does not know the email address where to send the email, so it will basically stop, send over the information back to the AI agent. He will send it over to the Think tool, basically to its mind, and then go over the stuff, analyze what was the exact request and what should it change or what should it do now. So basically Think tool, what now is the question that comes to the Think tool, and then the mind decides what to do. So basically we create a reasoning AI agent or AI model with a non-reasoning chat model, because 4.1 is non-reasoning chat model. That is why it's so much cheaper. Now let's back this up with some sort of research that Anthropics gave out about this tool. I have it right here. I will not go over this whole thing, but some important stuff I will cover. I have read through this whole thing and I recommend this as well. I will leave down the in the description, link to it. So the think tool, enabling Claude to stop and think in complex to use situations. So as we continue to enhance Claude's complex problem solving abilities, we've discovered a particularly effective approach, a think tool that creates dedicated space for structured thinking during complex tasks. So this is basically what I said. It is really good to use it for more complex tool calling, but we use it as an issue solver. What is the think tool? With the think tool, we are giving Claude or any type of AI agent the ability to include an additional thinking step completed with its own design space as part of getting to its final answer. While it sounds similar to extended thinking, it's a different concept. Extended thinking is a totally different stuff than this. Then we have a simple code or JSON for this. So name, thing, description, use the tool to think about something. It will not obtain new information or change the database, but just append the thought to the log. Use it when complex reasoning or some cache memory is needed. That is basically the description that we have for the tool right here. I've left it the same just for the sake of this video, so it is simple. I did not play around with any of this, but you could if you want to. Then we have some performance benches. So Claude 3.7 solid performance on headline task, just the baseline, so just Claude was here, think was here, extended thinking is here, and then thinking plus a prompt is outworking both of them by a lot. So that is why this is really useful. I mean, it is almost 2 times as good as the baseline. And then we have a little prompt that they created for this think tool. So before taking, I will not go over this whole prompt, but you can go over it. I will leave down in the description, and I don't use this prompt pretty much. So yeah, you have that right there. Then we have Claude 3.7 performance on retail task, tool, no prompt, or extended thinking baseline. Again, the think tool is winning. And yeah, here we have a bit of a bigger description for the think tool. It is pretty simple still. You can find this everything in my description, so go check it out. I will not go over it anymore. Or yeah, we can go over this. When to use the think tool to output analysis, policy heavy environments, sequential decision making. And when to not use the think tool, non-sequential tool calls and simple instructions following, like send an email, etc. Okay, so now we can go over to our NADM workflows, and let's try out this tool with a riddle agent that I have created, or guess the animal AI agent. Let's find some animal guessing riddles, and let's send it over to our AI agent and see what it does. We will try out both of the models, Claude and ChatGPT or OpenAI. I like to hop around, I'm terrible but I'm young, I'm green and croak and catch flies with my long tongue. What am I? A frog. Yep. So let's send it over to our AI agent. Right now we have ChatGPT 4.0 mini. That is, by the way, a really good model. I cannot say anything bad about it. I am loving it. It is cheap and it is intelligent and super good. Okay, so let's send over our riddle and see what it comes up with. Yep, just as I thought. ChatGPT doesn't really use the think tool as much as Claude, so yeah, it just came up with the answer straight away. Okay, now let's try Claude. Let's connect it. Okay, and let's try this stuff once more. Yes, just as I thought. Claude basically used the think tool much more, and it took a bit longer to answer this. So based on all the characteristics, you are a frog. All the clues point to this amphibian. So we have some description of a frog or the points that take to this. Now let's go over the think tool. So analyzing the given characteristics. So it analyzes our request or the query that we have sent over. They transform into adult frogs through metamorphosis. Adult frogs are often green. So then it's basically objects with its own mind, in its own mind. So it reasons why it should be the frog. Great, I mean, that is pretty good. Let's do one more riddle just for the sake of it. I'm an animal you might love, but I'm too big to be your pet. I have an extremely long trunk, and it said, I never forget. Elephant. Alright. So let's send this over. First connect ChatGPT. Let's try it out. You are a elephant. Elephants are known for their large size, long trunks, and a great memory. Again, it was super fast. ChatGPT 4.1 did really good, and it didn't use the Think tool again. Now let's connect Claude. The same thing. And it used the Think tool again and came up with an answer the same. It is an elephant, by the way, a bit more complex answer. A bit more complex answer. Okay, now let's go to the Think step. So let me analyze the riddle. Again, it analyzes the riddle. These clues clearly point to an elephant. Elephants are known for their remarkable memory, never forget. Their most distinctive feature is their long trunk. They are indeed too large to be pets. They are widely loved and admired animals. So it basically here reasons with itself why it should be the elephant. Great. Now let me show you how we can use this to our benefit and how to create it or implement it to our AI agent. So we have basically here my AI agent that we have created together in our 4-hour course. It is the most used AI agents that I sell for car dealerships. It is basically a customer support that can check the inventory, normally book test drives, and a lot of more stuff than it is here, but this is just a simple demo. So let's add the Think tool. Great. I will not change the description again. I mean, I will just, for the sake of this video, leave it the same. Now let's come to the prompt and add the tool right here. So think double dash or double dot, I don't even know. Use this tool to think deeply about what to do when you come up with an issue. Okay, and now we can do the same thing for the rules. You know what, I'm just gonna write it out. Use the think tool if you come up with any issues. Let's put this into these two brackets so it knows exactly what we mean. Okay, and now let's test it out. So let's open a chat and let's ask some totally simple question so we see that it is working and it won't use the Think tool, and then some completely out of the line question. So first, do you have Ford Mustang 2024 2025 in your inventory? Okay, so this wasn't what I wanted it to be. We basically came up with a first sentence that was a problem and it used the Think tool, so I mean we can see that it is working, but I just wanted to give you a normal example. But there is some problem here. Yep, I was using bad stuff for this, so I will have to change the whole workflow, so we are not going to do that right now. I was using a bad OpenAI credentials, but it is not what it is about. So yeah, we can see that it used the Think tool. The inquiry checker tool is returning a bad request error. I need to determine whether the input, phrasing, or structure needs to be different, or if there is a technical issue with the tool itself. So basically it sends over the reasoning with itself and understand that this is not working. Okay, that is great. Now let's try something that will work. So what financial program should I use when I have 700 credit score? Okay, so now it's sent over all of the free standard financing programs that we have. So the balloon financing, long-term financing, and standard financing. And I didn't need to use the think tool because it wasn't necessary, just came up with the answer itself. If you let me know your preferred down payment and long term, I can suggest the most suitable option for your needs. So yeah, it could not answer straight away, but this is basically what it did. Great. So I hope this was helpful to you, and now you understand how to use the think tool to your benefit, because it is really powerful.